Check 1 2 1 2. Hello, hello. Is it working now? Yes. Okay. Perfect. Now, I believe this recording should be running. This is kind of impromptu, so please forgive me if anything goes awry. Yeah, there. All right. Just quickly actually put out of that. Reopen it. So this hopefully will be what it looks like when you're launching. I am working on getting it running all the way. It's not fully running yet, but you'll see. So obviously it's doing the pre-initialization. That's just the box running around circles. For some reason it's not showing that. So I might have to switch to full desktop. Yeah. Okay. I had to switch to full desktop for a while. But as you can see, it is launching slowly. Even if a bit slowly, I need to work on that. All right. Oops, sorry about that. Be right back. All right. Hold on. There it is. There it is. All right, get rid of that. And now it should be showing the panorama, which I do believe it is. That is not accurate. This is not vanilla. Uh so we have our single player, our multiplayer, our mods, and our quit button. Of course, we also have our options and our other things, but these ones are gonna be probably the most important ones right here. Of course, you guys may want to immediately come into options, go simple clouds, go to client options, and set this preset in the bottom left into ultra low. So yeah, that just may be something you want to do. You don't absolutely have to, but if you're noticing a tank in performance, that may be because oh, actually cancel that. That may be because this is set too high for you. Of course, we have our multiplayer server right here, still working on it, so it's a work in progress. Also, sadly, having a please ignore the names, but I haven't had a chance to work on those menus. Of course, the loading menu. I'm still working on the early loading screen, but I need to get another module for that. Whereas this loading screen is working just fine. Anyhow, if we just quickly launch in. Also, you may notice if it's your first time playing that it will get stuck at 2% for a long time. That is normal. Once you've created your first world, that world will load in faster afterwards. Alright, here it is. Alright, so some things that I just want to quickly show off. As you can see, I have a weird assortment of items in my hotbar. But we have voice mod. We have, of course, these beautiful clouds. We have quite a few modded blocks, as you can tell. They'll just sort of show up wherever, including, like, say, for instance, the Witch Hazel. Oof. Okay, I maybe did down those options myself. I did recently add some stuff. Yeah. I do need to download it. Oh, that is the wrong button. Options. Client options. There. I think I had it set to medium before. Let me set to low for now. Yeah, there. Loads a little bit faster. So again, if you do notice a tank in performance, that could be it. It could also be the falling leaves, possibly, but that's less likely. We also have a physics mod installed. So I don't know if any of you know about Sable, but it allows us to do stuff like this. Now this, nice little floating tree here, literally. It's a tree that's obviously not floating in the conventional sense. Oh, there it goes. Additionally, through operator commands, we have a mod that will allow us to freeze, disassemble, or delete objects. Additionally, we have gone through the work of making a lot of lore for this. So you guys may notice something called... let's just search up wings real quick. So you may notice these wings. You cannot craft these wings. I know it says you can, but you cannot. I had to purposefully disable every single one of these recipes. That being said, the way I disabled them means that any sort of potion that uses these ingredients, i.e. blaze powder, you can't make a blaze powder potion of any sort. So it will act like it's going to brew. In fact, I'll show you that right now, but it will not in fact brew. So let me just grab an awkward potion. Maybe if I can spell awkward. Ignore me looking up how to spell it. Awkward potion. And blaze powder. Actually, I need a lot more than that. Brewing stand. And slow fold. Just because I can't be bothered to actually make slow fall potions. So the issue right now, and if any of you know how to fix this, please let me know, is that in order to disable the recipe, I have to disable the ingredient, which doesn't completely disable the actual functionality, but does prevent, say for instance, this potion from becoming... So you see it does actually use fuel. That's something I sadly have not been able to fix. I, of course, can also put this potion in. Again, it doesn't work. Finally, I could put this potion in. And again, it does not work. We're currently trying to set up some custom programs so that we can give you those wings as braces as well as some other buffs due to the fact that we already have vampires and werewolves. And of course, hunters. But those are just reflavored human. We plan on having essentially two factions. Of course, you guys can create any countries you want. That's the whole point of this. But there's going to be two main factions. Now, something else I'd like to show off is the pollution up here. So, anytime that something burns or something industrial happens, it will create pollution. Say, for instance, this burnt grass here. Oh, ignore Merciless Mike over here just dying to being in the sun. Hey, Mikey. Of course, seems like a fire came through here. So it burnt a lot of stuff. Ooh, R. Interesting. So this is another one of those blocks that exist in this pack. I don't recall if tar actually has a purpose. But I do recall adding it. So tar, that's that. Tar is used for making. Right. Okay, tar is used in a few decorative recipes. Note that some of these blocks, of course, are just going to be decorative, but ones like this one are functional as well. So most of the blocks from Blocks You Need, though, are going to be decorative. But if you'd just like to see, we have added a large palette for you guys to interact with. There's also armored blocks. Oof, sorry about that. Yeah, there's a lot of different blocks here you can use for decoration, etc. Of course, there's also blood, which is interesting to say the least. Currently, this pack is still in active development, so not everything you see on this video will be current by the time you guys get your hands on the pack, but our dev team is working very hard to get this done. Again, special thanks to my friend Octo for this beautiful artwork right here, as well as a few of the screenshots. And another special thanks to Reaper TTV. Go check him out on Twitch. He's helping me with actually running this server, as well as helping develop the pack with his wonderful ideas. So, love you guys. Have a great day, and bye bye.